You're the rock stars of psychedelic racing. And this is the title of our album. Well, that's what we're doing. We're doing a vignette on rock stars.
Yeah, well, that's
psychedelic renaissance.
All right, the psychedelic renaissance. Right, we're part of that. I live in Hyder. I live in Dorset.
I've been in this psychedelic renaissance for a long time now. It's fantastic, isn't it?
So maybe you're raising your own.
I tell you what, he puts in my tractor and runs lovely. Runs lovely. I can pick up my carrots lovely.
I'd like to see your tractor running on LSD.
Oh, son, there's many women like to see my tractor on LSD, I tell you.
We're already rolling, so this...
And men alone.
Okay.
What men? Men and women. I just thought, let's not be exclusive here.
This is going to take some time. Okay.
I know,
Right, it's very simple. It's very simple. I talk to you, first of all, for continuity purposes, I ask you 3 very stupid questions.
Okay.
I say, who are you? And you just answer with your name. Or you can say the Seed Sisters together.
Can we say
that would be great.
Or we could say it you say it and then I say it, like, you know, when they do those rounds. Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
We are the Seed Sisters. Seed Sisters.
Perfect. That would be great to do that. And
you already did.
Just done it.
Okay, and then I say...
I'm Fiona and this is Karen and we are the Seed Sisters.
Perfect. And then I say, what do you do?
We encourage people to grow plant medicine, food, connect with their wild environments, protect nature from greed and violence.
We're very passionate about the plants that grow around us, and we feel that it's incredibly important for people to understand that the common stinging nettle is a plant that can be utilised for food and medicine, and a lot of people don't even know what it is, and the people that do know what it is often have fear around it. And that common stinging nettle is part of the psychedelic renaissance.
She injects a cocktail whenever you get stung that courses through your veins, creating incredible effects. Serotonin, triggering lots of different endogenous feel-good factors. She's amazing.
And if you Google stinging nettle in the clitoris, what you see can't be unseen.
Be warned.
Try it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you might find us actually. Not to
That was before the second summer of
And what I usually say then is, what are you doing here at the Breaking Convention 2017 in the 3rd summer of love, which we are living through as we speak?
We are here with our hallucinogenic lubrication, offering everybody little bits of the hallucinogenic lubrication. I'm being forwarded by the man towards the camera. I can't speak and hold and do all of that. Anyway, this is the flying ointment, the witch's balm, the green unguent.
Oh, word!
And when we were first travelling, when we first got into like caravans and buses and went on the road, there was rave culture. And the rave culture matured and had kids, and a lot of it morphed into circus culture. And we became the circus witches.
We donned one of our incarnations.
It was a good one though.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
We donned black pointy hats. We have a cauldron. We've got a 1965 American Airstream.
A witch womb.
A witch's moon. Yeah.
I've got a chrome fetish, so anything shiny silver.
You have to come
and
see
rub
it.
yourself up against the Airstream.
And a big sign that says kill or cure outside it. And what we found is that in these guys we could be free to play and embrace theatricals and storytelling and poetry in order to bring plant medicine, psychedelic and medicinal and spiritual, emotional medicine to people that might not otherwise be engaged in it.
Because at the festivals, we never go in the healing area where you will find a lot of herbalists. Because we wanted to go out to people that potentially weren't going to be interested in medicine, plant medicine, so that they can be attracted. You know, the point of this hallucinogenic lubrication, and we travel with wooden cocks, and this whole sexual...
A wooden cock.
We've got two now, Caroline.
Oh yeah.
One each. But you know, you say rock and roll, and sex and death and music and drugs are attractive. They're part of something that is calling us deep inside.
The old first rule of pharmacy used to be to make your medicine beautiful, and that's why we get all of these lovely Victorian medicine bottles in different colour glass and things written on them. But the pharmaceutical medicine of today has moved away from that into plastic, brown bottles, white cardboard cases and plastic cases. And what we're about is bringing back that attraction to fill people's spirits with joy before they even get to imbibing some of the herbs that we make.
I heard this fantastic saying yesterday, and you just really encapsulated that, which is life's longing for itself. And that's what sex and drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Life's longing for itself.
Life is longing for altered states of consciousness which can be reached through seemingly innocuous herbs that grow in the hedgerow. It doesn't need to be mad psychedelic plants that are surrounded by fear. It can be elderflower mixed with plantain that can clarify things to such a degree that your perceptions are altered. It's about knowledge and sensitivity.
Yeah, because the simplistic action of picking elderflowers, being under a tree or a bush and picking the flowers, because you can do it with attention to detail, because if you just pull them off, you're going to pull off a whole stick, a whole branch. So you've got to learn where's best to break that bract of the flower. You're in the scent, the pollen's dropping all over you. You are automatically tapping into that archaic ancestral knowledge that we've all been picking plants.
Transported into the medicine of that herb.
It's sensuous. And that is all you need to be tapped in right there to the consciousness of the
I had this fantastic conversation yesterday about cooking. I love to cook, and I love to cook meals for people. And I was trying to explain how cooking for me, cooking for someone, is as intimate as sex.
Sensual.
It really is. Because I'm putting all my love into this food for you, and I'm giving it to you, and I'm expecting you to go, oh my God, this tastes so good. And it is, it's a really intimate sexual
Herbal
experience
medicine is
for cooking.
sensual. We make a mix of herbs that we call passion potion,
Yeah.
and it's about enlivening passions in a sexual way, but also igniting people's passion for life, and where those passions come through, which can be through cooking, through herbs, through surfing, through nursing, whatever it might be, but igniting that sense of creativity and passion and love for whatever it might be in life.
And the real message, the question that you asked is, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
This bar we make sat in circle with lots of people every year towards the end of the year around a full moon. And we collect plants throughout those 13 moons transiting through the year, and we bring them there, and everybody holds the intention of community cohesion and community responsibility. And we sing
And personal responsibility within community, so that we all take responsibility for our own actions and the way that we function as a group and as a community.
Fantastic.
because that's what our main, the ethos and aim of what the Seed Sisters are about, is reconnecting people with the soil, with planting, food and medicine. That's the bit that's the most important message and action that we can all do.
And this is just a tool for that connection.
The attraction.
It's a conduit, it's the attraction, and it's also the doorway. It's the
How
key
we
to the
became
doorway.
the Seed Sisters.
It is,
We
yeah.
were the Wild and Wicked Witches. After a long time being guided by these plants, we realised that we want to have a message that's palatable to a huge audience. And the Wild and Wicked Witches is rock and roll and fun on a circuit.
And we'd been trying to reappropriate this word witch and carry it but we realised that actually it carries so much stigma and weight, and it's so difficult for a lot of people to grasp that what was important, is it the word witch, or is it the message that that word holds, which is self-empowerment through herbalism. So that's when the Seed Sisters were born out of this potion.
And the Seed Sisters are about food sovereignty. They're about connecting people to understand how powerful seed is. Seeds are magic, and seeds are our greatest resource. And we all need seeds, and the disconnect that's been happening has allowed massive corporations to own global seed banks.
And we are at a crux point in this country at the minute that genetically modified seed are being grown in test areas but not commercially as of yet, and it's on that crux point. But it could potentially, the genetically modified seeds could be mixing with our native and naturalised seeds of all plants, and this is a really crux point that we want to get the message out there that we all need to be protecting our seeds. Seed sovereignty is so important at the minute, and that is the message of the Seed Sisters, of this persona that we're in at the minute, is getting outside, observing what's growing in your area, collecting those seeds, growing your own food, collecting those seeds and keeping strong forms of plants in our own areas that are specific to those areas, that can help support diseases that might arise in those areas, and really keeping that tradition, or those lines of those plants alive in each area of the country.
That's a really powerful and sustainable message. I love it.
Diversity.
This is more like herding cats than conducting an interview. However,
There was another
just to
question.
bring it
You had
just to bring it
another-
back, I have another question.
Yeah.
And before you do
And this is-
that,
Oh, hang on, sorry.
I need